Tuesday, and I hope you had a great weekend. This first pool of the day here on Tuesday is looking pretty good. Is it Telsa 90 time? In fact, it is, because I did bring it back, but I don't know if I really need it. I might even want to save that battery time for the project pool. So this has been kind of a split day. I have some repairs that I'm going to do at the long lap pool tomorrow, so I won't be going there today. And then I won't be going to the farmhouse pool today either because of that. They're very close to each other, so I'll just hit them both tomorrow. I'm going to install the AGS sensor there. But anyway, let's get him back to this pool. Zodiac MX6 is doing really good. Yeah, I'm going to just... I'll clean it up really quick, and but first let's take our chems. Okay, here in the deep end, we sanitize here with 3-inch chlorinating tablets, and yeah, we're just over the moon. So yeah, and we're high on cyanuric as well. So I'm gonna add nothing, and I'll clean it up. We'll be on to SOP 2 before you know it. Okay, it was Telsa 90 time. You guys missed it. Actually, it makes such quick work of what was in this pool. Like I said before, I love my little buddy. Yeah, really good, beautiful pool. And we're moving on. So here at Stop 2 on Tuesday, and you know, Friday, something funny happened to me. I got a phone call from a friend of somebody in my community that lives in my community. So I went over and I took a look at this individual's pool, and it was absolutely trash. The pool man should be absolutely ashamed. And then on top of it, the pool was programmed incorrectly, so it wasn't doing things that it should, like maybe having a spillway program and yada yada. So I go over there and I work my tail off for like 2 hours, and I get the pool back to as sparkling as it's gonna look, because seriously, this year-old pool with satin finish, I might add. So that's the worst pool interior finish, is gray satin. Yeah, anyway, the pool's looking great and whatever. And so I'm like, oh, hey, you know, she was asking me the whole time, like, you know, what do you charge for weekly service and blah, blah, blah. And I quoted her. And apparently that was too much for her, because she just said, well, what do I owe you for today? And that's the line, meaning that, you know, well, I won't see you again, but I want to pay you for the work that you've done, which, not a problem. I love when the universe tells me things. It's just like I got to be smart enough to listen to it. And what the universe was telling me there was that person was not supposed to be my customer. If you balk over the price that I quote you, then, you know, we're just not meant to be work together. So that's totally fine. That being said, I find it funny that you know, what people do, they minimize the value of, you know, she's asking me like, well, why doesn't the spa work? And it's like, honey, I just showed up like 45 minutes ago. You're asking me why your pool is broken, you know, probably due to the fact that, you know, something you did to the pool, but yet, you know, somehow how come the pool's not running? How come the pool's not running? So when someone asks me that, I just realize that they're probably not going to be, you know, drinking the Kool-Aid, and we'll just pass and part as friends. Hey, I really appreciated that someone actually remembered my little phrase, my little goofy sales phrase. Anyway, let's get back and clean this pool up. And but I did want to talk about the Telsa 90. Okay, so I've had a couple, like basically a week's worth of work with this device, and I'm telling you guys and gals, there's no wear on this. Like, I thought this was going to be all, it's plastic, right? And so I thought this was going to be all like worn and chewed up and everything. Not at all. This is, anyway, quality product. Telsa 90. You know, I'm convinced that the Telsa 90 is a full-on luck charm, because when I bring it back, nothing is ever in a pool in which I bring it back. Now I'm going to use it here in the jacuzzi because it's just the smartest thing to do. But if you saw this pool last week, it was as dirty as it's ever gotten. Now there's absolutely, I mean, there's a ton of this pollen from the eucalyptus trees, or I don't know what you call them. It's those yellowish things that are up here on the tree. But yeah, that's fine. That's what happens. See, here's this this succulent here, and well, I guess it's like a succulent and orange tree. Oh, look at that! I touched it and it's already falling apart. Oh, we'll see what that does in the weeks to come. But anyway, yeah, this pool is super carefree. That's why it's called the Carefree Pool. Let's take our chems. Okay, so I remember we sanitized with tabs here, and I remember we were on the low side. And once again, this is a perfect winter pool. It's like a 1. Okay, great pH. I don't think anybody's using anything aside from the spa. Good alkalinity, and we're still in the ideal range for cyanuric. So I'm going to add the tab over there to that the tab floater for this week. I'll brush it up. I'm going to Telsa 90 the spa, and we'll be out of here. Let's Telsa 90 that spa. Okay, we're vacuuming our spa here with the Telsa 90, and dirt does not stand a chance. And yeah, I said dirt, not just leaves, but dirt and leaves. Yeah, you know, this is, I mean, I don't mean to get all hokey on you guys, but this is and I'm not trying to sell you anything. If you can't see the value of this product, then that is totally fine. The point is that I'm like in love with this thing. And why? Because it gets me to my back to my family quicker, right? I work, I don't live to work, I work to live. And so, you know, if I can get home to my family and my dogs that much faster, to me, that's what it's all about. And for whatever this thing is, let's just, you know, I know prices fluctuate on Amazon, but let's just say that this thing stays $200 forever, you know, or maybe the price might come down to $179 or whatever, you know. But the point is that it's a good value. So anyway, I'm going to stop trying to sell stuff, and I'll just pick up the things that are on the bottom. Now, you just saw that the bottom of this, the Telsa 90 is holding up really well, right? Very durable. That doesn't mean that I want to abuse it. I still feel like, you know, the pebble finish is basically sandpaper, okay? And if you don't know that, you know, I get a lot of people who tell me like, oh, well, we didn't want pebble because it's rough on the kids' feet, their butts or something like that, right? And I totally get that. But anyway, pebble to me is, I love this is my favorite interior finish. Quartz and regular plaster and all those other things, they pale in comparison. These things, once you treat them right, they'll never have algae, and they'll always look great. Okay, we are out of here. It's a cloudy day, but the sun is peeking through, and this pool is cleaned up just beautifully as usual, and we're moving on. Okay, here at stop 3 on Tuesday, the Obsession Pool, and I'm here at the Easy Touch. Actually, this is a Easy Touch upgrade from a Calm Pool. So anyway, yeah, if you have one of these Calm Pool controllers, definitely consider this. This is a real huge upgrade, and it's very easy to do. A simple pool man like me can do this for you. So, but one thing that I did not mention is that, you know, the time change just took place, and it says that it is 7:13 here. Well, actually, it is 8:13, so that's what we have to make sure that we're doing, is that we make sure our time clock is working properly. And then I always check all of my schedules, just because it's a simple way to just make sure that everything is running right and that no one has been in here knob twisting. But right now, yeah, I'm just gonna empty the pump basket. Once again, the pool has nothing in it, so I'm gonna chem it and we'll move on. Make sure that those clocks are running right. Okay, we've taken our chems here and we have a ton of chlorine, perfect pH, perfect alkalinity, and our cyanuric is on the high side, but that's okay because we don't have to add anything this week. Pool's really clean, just like the last pool. We have a lot of pollen, maybe not from eucalyptus leaves, but from you know, these trees that are over here. So I'm gonna hit all the dust and then move on. Okay, we're out of here. The Obsession pool cleans up just fine. Okay, we're here at the project pool, and you know, I try to be a glass half full kind of guy, and so I'm gonna look at the positives here. Yeah, it just, you know, basically gets dirt dumped in from all kinds of areas, from over here down this hill and to the pool. It actually will get up over the coping, which I'll tell you what, this type of coping is, they've been using this type of coping on swimming pools for at least 60 years. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't solve all your problems, but just this tiny little lip up, right? Whatever that is, an inch in rise, just that tiny little amount, you would not believe how much that actually helps. So, yeah, it's a really super old style of coping. Maybe it might not be as fashionable as what, you know, your neighbors have or something, but I tell you what, it's way more functional. Okay, let's take our chemicals here. I actually believe that there's probably plenty of chlorine in this pool. Yeah, exactly. There's quite a lot, and for a winter pool, that's, you know, that's kind of high. But once again, we don't have to worry about any sanitizer issues here at this pool. I'm going to add nothing and clean it up and move on. Is it Tulsa 90 time? It is always Tulsa 90 time at this pool. Okay, we're out of here. We have brushed. There was plenty of chems. We have used the Tulsa 90, and yeah, it's doing a pretty good job. Unfortunately, there is a line of, I'm sure you can see all the pine needles, and yeah, we just had a gust of, little puff of wind that just blew a ton of them in. So when the pool is getting dirty as I'm cleaning it, that means it's time to leave. Okay, we skipped the farmhouse and we skipped the long pool, long lap pool, right? So we're here at our beautifully built kidney bean, and I don't know, you probably can't see this with the GoPro, but there is a ton of pollen, more pollen. Yeah, our last couple, well, every pool this morning has had a ton of pollen on it. We're right here at the kind of feeling like the end of our winter here in Southern California. I can notice that our temperatures have increased about 8 degrees and during the day, and so yeah, we're right on the cusp of summer here. That being said, we're still low on salt at all of our pools, but anyway, this is staying clean because we're sanitizing with a tab or two. I'm going to add some salt here in the next couple weeks, but our Pentair Rebel is doing a wonderful job here. I'm going to brush it up and we'll move on. Okay, so let's take our chems. My guess is that there's not a ton, but there is some. And I was completely wrong. So that is really low, super low. That's a 0.5 or a 0. Let's see. Yeah. So that's a 0 on both fronts, okay? And our pH is not high, our cyanuric is low, our alkalinity is perfect, and our salt is 2700. So right there at the cusp of not making chlorine for our IC, I think this is probably an IC 30, maybe an IC 40. Sometimes you know, your better builders, they will buy an IC 40 for a pool that, you know, is only you know, maybe IC 20 or 30 size. Anyway, that's a Pentair thing. Okay, we're done here. We've brushed. Our Pentair Rebel is doing his job. We had very low chemicals. We've added a tab, and we're gonna move on. Okay, last pool of the day for today. Yeah, I'm gonna hit a doctor's appointment today, so I'm gonna cut out a little early. But you wanted to see the pollen there. That's the pollen right there. That's what I've had at every single pool today, and yeah, it's common. So where is it coming from? I don't see any pine trees per se. Okay, there are other trees than pine that have pollen. So anyway, that's what's over the top of all of these pools. Okay guys, real short one today. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna get to the doctor. I need to see a doctor like once every 6 years. So, but this pool cleans up awesome. 4-wheel pool cleaner is keeping things pretty clean. A lot of palm fronds in that pump basket there. But I have some restriction here on the skimmer, and things look awesome. So anyway, once again, thanks for watching. If you guys like this, please go ahead and give me a like. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I'll see you on the next video.